这不是我平常走的路，但是差不多。But this is the way I usually get to work. I live about 35 miles away from where I teach.
For almost 2 years, 23-year-old Jessica Shyu has lived in Tohatchi, part of the Navajo Reservation of New Mexico, as a special education teacher.
A lot of students have disabilities that affect their reading skills, their math skills, their writing skills. My job is to provide them services on a variety of fronts that would help them be able to perform closer to where their peers are at. So this is what I do. I put on all my makeup while driving at the same time. My mom's gonna see this and yell at me.
But her mom can't see her here. Jessica's mom lives thousands of miles away in the suburbs of Washington, D.C.
我女儿她一向的从早就很早就有这种独。
My daughter has been very independent since she was little, but she's always very considerate of her parents.
也会体贴父母。
My parents had moved from Taiwan to the United States before I was born. My dad had come to graduate school here. They were all settled here in the Washington, D.C. area.
American born and raised, Jessica chose journalism as her major in college. Before she graduated, Jessica already had a job at a newspaper not far from home, but as she juggled her roles of student and reporter, she began to question her dream of being a full-time journalist.
And I didn't have the chance to go out into the world and make the mistakes and work with everyday people and be an everyday person when I was working in journalism, because I was spending all my time interviewing the people like that.
Headquartered in New York City, Teach for America seeks out outstanding college graduates to teach in areas all over the country that have a shortage of qualified teachers. Since 1990, over 17,000 college graduates have participated in the program. Jessica came across a Teach for America advertisement and decided to apply for the program without telling her parents.
So I got an interview and I happened to get in, and I was really surprised because I think they have about a 12% admittance rate.
We both felt really shocked when we found out she would be a teacher, especially because she would be all the way in New Mexico. I felt really worried because she would be so far away. For a young girl to give up such a comfortable and colorful city life and go to a place far from home really isn't easy.
I'm a city girl. I grew up in this area. I've been wearing high heels and carrying nice purses since middle school, you know. My parents like to go to very nice restaurants to eat. And in New Mexico, you don't need to wear nice shoes. And you still have good restaurants, but they're very different from the Cheesecake Factory. But I understand now what people mean by the simple life. The simple life, often associated with rural life. And oh lordy, is this rural. It is by no means rustic or quaint. It is rich. Living without a grocery store for 30 miles makes you notice and appreciate the textures in what is there, like the post office. But very soon, very, very quickly, they were very supportive. My parents helped me collect books for my classroom. They would ship books. People would drop off books at their office, and they would mail it down to New Mexico for me.
This is my postman.
say in Chinese.
How you doing?
他很好，我先搬来的时候。
He's really great. When I first moved here, he was the first person to ask me who I was and what I was doing. He was really welcoming.
特别。
我跟我另外一个妹妹讲说，其实我发觉也很好哎，我叫她宝宝，我说宝宝。
I call her Bao Bao, little baby in Chinese. I think Bao Bao is a good girl, staying in one place in New Mexico, so Mom knows exactly where she is. When the U.S. started the war on Iraq, Jessica said if she were given the opportunity to be a reporter in Iraq, she would. It scared me to death. But I had no idea life in New Mexico would be so hard. When I found out how bleak and desolate Gallup, New Mexico is, I cried all the way there when I dropped her off, and all the way back home.